Beer Man. Oh, hey, how's it going? What are you buddy? How you guys doing tonight? Today we're from this beautiful world. Uh, Me and Bumpy here doing another. How old can you go? Dogo. This is the third
Dojo.
of the fourth one. Dojo and do some karate afterwards. Um, but yeah, so we're doing this old thing. We're bringing in some old beers and we're trying them out. We're seeing what they taste like, so we can let all the audience know not to get old beers. Respect the IPA and buy it after about a month. After a month, you don't want it anymore. But anyway, thank you, Bumpy Road Brewery, for being here. Thank you so much.
Thanks
And
for having me.
you're
Glad to
welcome.
be here.
Right on, right on. We got drunken one. We got drunken one in the house. Cheers, D1. And cheers to anyone else that comes through here, as well as my Facebook side of it. I'm not hooked on the Twitter anymore because they kind of screwed me or something. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, Facebook people, welcome in. Cool. So let's get Bumpy up here, man. Or should we just keep it like nah? Let's bring the spotlight. Let's bring the spotlight.
However, all right. So I'm bringing Lagunitas Hop Stupid Ale. This is 8% ABV. A long time ago, it used to be 8.2% ABV. It's 102 IBUs. It's one of those beers that I know when I had it fresh when it didn't first come out, but when they were still shipping out fresh beers and stuff, and it was one of those IPAs with such a high IBU that I fell in love with. I loved it. Problem is, around my neck of the woods, every time I try to go buy some fresh stock of it, it was really hard to a decipher what the date was because they used the Julian code, and also the amount of dust collected on most of the bottles in the stores that did carry it um, definitely warded me off. Uh, but this one, when I was looking for an old one, I grabbed it because I know this has been on the shelf for a while, and I broke the Julian code. The Julian code on this one is 363 0, which the fourth number there, the zero, would stand for 2020, and the 363 is the day of the year. So there's 365 days in the year. So this was brewed at the very end of December 2020, making it a little over 9 months, about just about 10 months coming up on it, anyways, 9 to 10 months, somewhere in there. But like I said, having this fresh before and falling in love with it was one of those beers that gave some good hop character. The 102 IBUs, it definitely didn't drink like it was that high of an IBU. It wasn't like Arrogant Bastard where it just kind of like really wrecked your palate type thing. This one was a good drinker. Still West Coast IPA like. Um, I'll read a little bit on. This is what Lagunitas would have put on the. Well, actually, it is around the bottle, but it's much easier to read in this. So clean this mess up, or else we'll all end up in jail. Those test
Yeah.
tubes and the scale, just get them all out of here. He was referring to the complex supercritical CO2 hop extraction equipment set up on the table in the lab across from the brew house. Hop extracts are for the BIG brewers, he thought. Subtle only for crummy, substandard, and barely passable industrial lagers, not the subtle and elegant craft beer made here. But wrong he was. The new brewer does not eschew any possible inputs. In this case, the mountain of extracts will replace the mountain of vegetative material in the kettle, thus creating cleaner hop profile or hop flavors and preventing the otherwise spinach-like mess of a kettle full of super hopped wort with clogging up a pump or worse. The sensuous honey-like amber ooze was administered intravenously to the wort kettle, and the sacrament was complete. Another kettle of hop stupid is once again raised up and fermented on high. They have, I believe, they have already discontinued Hop Stupid. It's no longer on Lagunitas website as one of their offerings. So this has been discontinued, I think sometime back in March of 2021. So pretty much if you're going to start getting any Hop Stupid from Lagunitas, if you're going to start purchasing it, most of it's going to be getting older and older. So get it now if you can break down that Julian code. If you see a 1 for the fourth number, at least you're within the 2021.
Nice.
Crack it. Carbonation's flowing up through the bottle top there, creating a nice head into the top of the neck. It's not overflowing, which is a good sign. Because that could mean like some bad things have happened, like infection or something. So not an infected beer, which is good. Pouring this out, there is a sweet smell. It kind of smells like cookie, maybe honey, a honey cookie. Mix them together. But the head on this is, about a fingernail's width there. More than that, but most of a finger. Tight white bubbled head, and it is that honey ooze color. Nice honey and clear. The aromas. Yeah, it's like I said, it's like sweet honey cookie. A bit of an orange citrus note. Kind of smells a little bit like those orange slices, those candies, orange slice candies. It's got that kind of a sweetness, maybe orange marmalade like as well. So I'm trying to keep fruit flies away once again. Yeah, very, very sweet smelling for the most part. I would say piney note, yes, but not like a Christmas tree type pine. It is maybe a sweet balsam pine. I think that's one of the notes you can get out of some hops. Super sweet. All right, cheers. Barley wine F, I would say, on the aromas in this. Medium body. The carbonation is there. It's present, kind of on the higher end of the carbonation. Starts off with some of that malty sweetness, a little bit cookie-like, and then some of that kind of orange marmalade type note still there, and then it goes into this bitterness right away. Mid palate to finish. The finishing touch is a little bit of like a metallic type note. Which, to my memory, was not present in the fresher batches of Hop Stupid. That pininess, I said you might be getting a little bit of it in the nostrils, is definitely there. But it's more of that piney bitterness.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Doesn't really do like a tea like thing, but it is that kind of metallic note. And it does taste old. It has like almost like an oxidized type note going. It's just got this bizarre, like the metallic the malt is even starting to taste like it might be a little bit stale, like flavored as well from that upfront sweetness that it gave. Um, Alcohol present at 8%. I do get a slight burn in the throat, so I think that the alcohol is definitely noticeable on some parts. So I'll be continuing to drink on this one, and I'll come back with an old rating.
All rating. Nice.
Cheers.
That was great. Great review. Cheers, man.
Oh boy.
All right. Cool. Hey, Chatio, welcome
So
in, man.
so yeah, I took a half day today. My beer doesn't have a date on it, but I'll tell you a little story.
That's fine.
I was gifted this beer from Thrash in January, so I thought, okay, it was probably brewed late last year. Looked up on Beer Advocate; it's since been retired.
Hmm.
God, it is the Soulcraft Coconut Milk Stout, the dreaded Soulcraft Milk Stout that's been sitting in my fridge because I
Nice.
remember he gave me 2 cans. It was just god awful. I thought, you know what? If I'm going to review an old beer, it better just taste like crap. So,
Right.
but yeah, I don't know what was brewed. It is 4.6%. It's a stout brewed with lactose and real coconut. All right, this is probably the last can of this beer ever to exist. So let's crack it open.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of information on this beer on the internet anymore. I was hoping to go to their website to get some information. It was pulled. So, decent head right there. I mean,
Can I stop you for one moment?
yes.
Just a second. Just a second. One. Okay, now you have to talk again. No, but no, real quick, dude. I'm sorry. Is this one that was really bad back then? I'm just trying to remember the.
Yeah, I want to see if it got worse or better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go
Is that,
for it.
is that
Sorry.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally. Totally,
If you were sitting there telling me I can't have this one, I would have just grabbed the Mackinac
No,
that's a
dude.
year old.
I said aged or old. It's all good.
Oh, I don't know the date, man.
You had a big ass head there, and I screwed it up, so that I messed you up there.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I have a big head. Yeah, that's yeah.
Pulled Alex on
It's
you,
all your
man.
fault. It's gone. It's like like
Yeah.
a barely a figurehead anymore. But so I did have a good pour. Surprisingly, after it being close to a year old, I would assume when it was canned. Color still it's dark, getting a little bit of the light from it. I'm gonna give it a smell. See what I smell. I'm getting the coconut, getting the lactose. Can taste like that dark, nice, dark, heavy malts. It's kind of like a chocolateness coming from it too, but I think that's just from the coconut. You wanting me to take a sip now, or
Yeah, go ahead and review though. We'll just review it. Yeah, that works.
Wish me luck. It's not as it's still pretty bad. I think what happened was they probably used like bad lactose in it. It's got that soured milk taste to it.
Ooh.
Like at first the coconut came out and the malts came out. I thought, okay, I'm gonna be okay. And then bam, there goes that here comes that sour milk that tastes like it's been sitting out for a week. But you have nothing else to drink in your house, so you're gonna drink it anyways. But minus that, I'm gonna get beyond that. Yeah, that's very sour. Like I could tell it was a good malt base, good amount of coconuts in it too. But man, this beer probably was sitting around for years. I don't know. I mean, I have never had like even a beer 8 months later that has lactose and it still tastes fine. So who knows how old this beer truly is? So without a date on it, that's kind of worrisome. But cool label. Beer is soured, unfortunately. And ever since I had the first can, 7-8 months ago, I've seen Soulcraft around. I'm just like, I don't know if I even trust that brewery. So,
Right.
Well, all right. So, Yeah, just watch those lactose beers, guys.
Yeah. I
suck
wonder
us.
if it could have been like the way they packaged it too, the way they bottled it or canned it.
Possibly.
Just their sterilization or whatever might have
Mhm.
gone wrong or
Yeah.
there.
Like
Maybe
I said, when I
there's
saw this beer was retired, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really surprised. They might have gotten a lot of complaints. I mean, even the ratings on BA and also Untapped are not that good. So,
All right.
sour.
Well, maybe it's just how it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
And the
Cool,
brewer that brewed it, he was thrown into a boil.
That must be their.
They killed him. Thanks, Chatio.
Thank you.
Awesome. Gotta put the date on the bottle, guys. Quote from a wise man.
Yeah.
All right. So cool. I have one that Bumpy had originally the first one we did. Well, it was one of them. It's a Modern Times, let's say. And it's in their big old 19.2, and it's their hazy mosaic IPA. They're hazy. It's at Orderville. It's using Mosaic, Simcoe, Yukonot, Experimental Hop 06277, Eureka, and Nugget. And then it has 2-row rolled oats and white wheat. All right. So this one is 2 years old. It's about 2 years and 2 weeks old. It's can 9/18/2019. I got it from Justin up the road. It was he was real cool about it. They still have to sell them, but he was able to sell it at cost. So that was cool. Just so they get something back for it. But thank you, Justin, for letting me have some of your old beers. Because I know he knows, and everyone knows, you can't keep old beers on the damn shelf. Especially this old. So the original of this, Orderville on, well, it was loud. On what they say about it, poured about a finger head. They give it a 92 outstanding score. It's a 7.2%. So possibly more alcohol in this over time, maybe. I don't know, unless it's like dead tasting. 55 IBUs and 7.2, yeah. So they say, one guy says, pours a hazy, pale orange, big creamy white head. So yeah, that's what it looks like, basically. I'm not going to go through that. I'll just do my own review. But citrus, grapefruit, melon, though, is what I should expect, and not overly sweet. Nice lighter bitterness. Good balance, spice and pepper in the bitterness, a little pine resin in the end. That's just some things from one of the guys anyway that tasted this and did a review on Beer Advocate. So let's go ahead and get our nose into this. It's very orange. I get orange. I get kind of it's a big citrus, but it's like candied malt. I always get the candied malt in these old beers. It's like kind of candy orange with like there's a slight. It's weird how this has actually kept the hops in it. You said the same thing about yours.
Yeah, the Modern Times ones seem still hoppy.
Still hoppy, still resinous in the hops. Like a nice pineapple-y orange grapefruit kind of resiny earthy hoppiness, like the lupulin kind of thing. And I get that, but it's very minimal. It's getting to where it's like, whoa, I can't do it anymore. But after 2 years, I mean, that's remarkable. They had some great seal in this. This is even busted on the side a little, and it's done well. So it does have that candied. There's that earth from the hoppiness, and then there's this candy, malty kind of thing coming through, or like a caramely candy. Okay, looking at it, hazy beer for sure. Can't see through it. Hazy, opaque. Nice lacing already. Good white head. Off white head, actually. A little creamy on the head as well. Rocky on the top. Maybe like a medium rising bubble or so. It's hard to see it. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
It's definitely strange, man. The hops came out more in the aroma. I'm getting more of a sweeter malt, kind of a caramely, like candy-ized, candly, whatever the fuck the word is, candy forward malty kind of thing coming on. It is kind of like that orange, like orange hard candies or something. Orange is a big one in this. Pineapple's big. A little bit of melon maybe, but it's kind of a dirty, earthy. You are getting the hops, is what I'm trying to get at here, but it's just very light. It's like it's getting to where it's like getting spoiled, like
Mm.
kind of bad. It's like getting to that realm.
Dirty melons.
Dirty. That just tastes like kind of old,
It's a good name for a beer. Dirty melons.
stale, dirty melons. Hell yeah, instead of blind melon. No, they very very stale though, and it's got kind of getting that cardboardy thing, little oxidation thing going on in there. There's a dry feel on the top of the tongue and on the palate. It's really drying, and a nice bitter. It's only got 50 some odd IBUs, so it's really balanced still. It's kept its balance. It's just there's these fine lines that you cross where you're like, wow, that's gross. That's getting sweet and caramely, and that hop is starting to get stale. It's like throwing old hops in a brew, which can give you some bad flavors as well. So it's like, yeah, it's just old tasting. But it's not bad. It's drinkable still. It's weird. All right, cool. So do I have alcohol? I don't know. I don't really get any alcohol in this or anything. No alcoholic off flavors or yeah. So all right. So let's get back to Bumpy.
All right. Yeah, for this hop stupid, it's still drinkable. It's got some off flavors to it at this point, of course. I mentioned some of those. It's more bitter now than I think it seemed to be in the past. So I mean, but it drinks like an IPA, I guess, at that point still. So you know it's an IPA. But yeah, just the way that it's kind of changed. It's not like a beer that I remember when fresh. Said this was like one of those like wowing beers to me back when I first had it. Because the IBUs were so high on the listing, and then to have it drink and not taste like it was that bitter, having to drink more like a less than a West Coast for the most part. A little bit of that. I think it always had that kind of malt sweetness balance to it. The malt sweetness on this has definitely changed a bit though over the years, or over the course of this past year. I'm gonna score this one a 79 out of 100 for the way that it is right now. It did not hold up as well as the Modern Times one. That one to me is still like the best outdated beer I've had yet. It was pretty amazing how the hop aromas and stuff were still there. You could pick out different aromas that you might find when the beer was fresh. It didn't smell like a fresh one, but it was it still had some hop character to it. But yeah, this one is still drinkable, much more drinkable than the one I did last week, which I actually did drain it was a good thing too. I drained the other 3 cans I had of that. What is it called? Bee Hoppy or whatever it was. And opening them up, yeah, each one I opened up foamed right up. Wanted to, spill right out of the can, and pouring it down the drain. There was so much foam left in the can when I poured it.
Damn,
I still didn't get it.
It's cats.
Yeah, 79 out of 100. Yeah, I mean, try not to drink old beers.
Yeah,
unless you're on a show like this.
Mm-hmm.
Still not a bad score though.
Yeah, this definitely would have been a beer up there in the 95 range at least.
Oh wow,
fresh.
Yeah.
So
I love Hop Stupid. I used to drink that a lot. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Cheers.
Let's do shouts after. Cheers, man. Cheers, Bumpy. All right, let's get chatty up.
I don't know if there's anything good I can really say about this that I already have about how I could tell it could have been a really good beer. Yeah, the coconut flavor just seemed like very good, fresh coconut flavor, and just that maltiness was good. But man, the more I sip on it, the more it's like that soured milk is just all I get anymore, and I'm like getting sick to my stomach sipping on it. So this is going down the drain. Unfortunately, I'm not going to drink that anymore. Um, I think I should do some respect for Soulcraft and maybe pick up a 6-pack of a different beer just to try and see. Okay, if it was just this beer that they brewed was just an all-out failure. So I don't know if to even score this. 38, because it does have some
That's
decent
awesome.
value to it, but it's
Love
just
it.
that soured milk is just so. I'll put it at a 38. That's probably one of the worst scores like this group has ever heard.
Wow, dude. No, that's expected with this show. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
What do you think it would have been if it was?
If they would have done a good job with it, it probably would have been mid-90s for sure.
Nice, dude.
Low to mid-90s if they would have like made it correctly, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Cool,
like,
man.
it's like
38 is that what you said?
38. It's like dirty socks.
That's awesome, dude. Would that be like what would that be, like a D?
That's a all out
F?
failure. That's all out F. Absolute F. All right.
All right,
Cheers.
thanks, man. Cheers.
Of course.
All right. So this one, like like Mumpy was saying, just it really they did, man. They nailed it with their beers. I mean, they're able to keep the hops in their beers for some reason. There was a little bit of oxidation, a little cardboard, a little bit of not nasty, not overwhelmingly nasty, just kind of more of not even nasty at all, just minimal. Started to kind of drop. You can you're getting more malty sweetness and this, that, or whatever, but it's tolerable. I'd probably give this like an 85 out of 100. Seriously. I could drink this. Let's go 82. Let's do 82 out of 100 just because I want to stick kind of in the old thing of it all. I would definitely give this probably about a 93 to 95, somewhere in that range. If it was brand spanking new, month old or less, even 3 months old or less. With modern times, I would trust that. So if you want to get a beer that's a little older, say 6 months, right off the shelf almost, you can trust modern times. So, what did I say? 80, 82. 82 is my final. Cool, man. Let's go ahead and bring us back all up, and we'll just do our shouts, man.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So Sunday, after dark beers, my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time officially now. Bring a dark beer based off the malt profile. Looking good at amber lagers. I think can pass something that's darker. Brown ales definitely. Doubles or doubles, however you want to pronounce it. Quads. Those are good. If you want to go the Belgian route, a dark saison, like a really dark saison, would be fine as long as it's dark, based off of off the malt profile. Of course, porter, stouts, that's a gimme. Black IPA, black lager. Yeah, and then Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my channel as well. We got Malty Monday, and this Monday is going to be the Crystal Weiss beer. So that is basically, it's a Hefeweizen type style beer that's been filtered out to be crystal clear. So all the Hefe, the yeast, is now not present in the bottle itself, so it's going to be clear. Still portrays pretty much the same flavors as a Hefeweizen. Maybe just mouthfeel might be slightly different. I know some of them can kind of have a smoothness to the palate, but That's what it is. I did put up a video this past Tuesday uh, stating that, and then there's a link in the description to Beer Advocate. So, or you can just go to Beer Advocate styles. There's find the Crystal Weissen, click on it. It brings you to a whole listing of different Crystal Weissens that you can find, or Crystal Weiss beers, anyways.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah,
Hope I
that's
can find one.
about all I got. John and Ellie did his first episode of Beer Buddies last night, so you go to John and Ellie's channel, check that out. It's going to be something new that he's going to be putting out. He's going to be doing a little chit chat interview type thing with some various beer buddies.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Very nice.
Glad that he finally got that thing off the floor plan. Yeah. Finally going.
It's on now, man. You can't stop. That was a good show, by the way. Actually, last night that was good to see. I thought he asked some pretty good questions, and yeah. So, all right, Chadio.
I still taste sour. Not a good sour either. Only thing I can think of is the Hating Chads will be this Saturday on my channel. I'm guessing probably 1 p.m. Eastern, if not maybe a little earlier, like noon Eastern, depending on when Lone Star's schedule works. I believe he will be doing an unboxing of the beers I sent him, and we will also be reviewing the Tabasco Scorpion. So should be fun, guys. Come by, come say hello. Should be a lot of fun. We're going to talk a lot of sports. Probably put some focus on college football since it'll be going on at that time. So we'll probably peek at the top 25 and then talk NFL and hockey. That starts in like a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks, Beerman, for having me.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for coming up here. I appreciate it, dude. Cool. Yeah, so beer and cheese, man. It's open. Bring it, man. Bring cheese and beer of your choice. I picked one today that the guy gave me. It didn't have a price on it. And I was all he's all, give me a price. I'm all, I don't even know, man. And I knew it was like a $10. I was gonna say $10. And he's all, how about $3.99? I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So
Nice.
yeah, I got my cheese there for a deal. And yeah, be there at brain farted. 8:00 Eastern. 8:00 Eastern. And then Wednesday will be the last of this one. I've got one last one in the fridge. Hopefully you guys can find Bumpy or even Shadow wants to be up here again, or whoever else wants to be here can find the old beer. Bring it on.
I'll do my best. It is getting harder.
Right. Okay. No problem. No problem. Even if I'm the only one here, that's fine with me. So, but I got to commit to my show, so I will be here regardless. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. That'd be 6:00 Eastern, so same time as today. Thank you, guys. Bumpy Road Brewery and Chadio. Check their channels out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and like their videos. And like and subscribe here as well. So, cool. Thank you, chat. I'm not going to go through everyone, but thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate you. So thank you so much. All right, we're gonna split out of here and drink some more beers, and then go to the next show.
Yeah.
Okay.